My name is Beth Rumsa, and I'm the Assistant Forest Planner on the Tonto National Forest. So currently, the Tonto is revising its Land and Resource Management Plan, also known as the Forest Plan. As part of Forest Plan revision, under the 2012 Planning Rule, forests are required to identify lands for potential wilderness designation. A four-step process, known as the Wilderness Recommendation Process, helps the Forest Service determine if any lands are suitable for inclusion in the National Wilderness Preservation System. This system preserves portions of federal lands in their natural condition. Potential recommendations for additional wilderness on the Tonto will be submitted to Congress, who has the sole authority for wilderness designation. So let's examine the first of four steps in the wilderness recommendation process, the inventory step. This step is the first look at the land to identify areas that will be evaluated. It's a mapping exercise where the Forest Service removes obvious features on the landscape that do not have wilderness character. With input from the public, the Tonto developed the inventory criteria. This inventory criteria considers two measures, size and improvements, to identify lands that will not be moved into step 2 of the wilderness recommendation process, the evaluation phase. So the steps taken to develop the inventory map are as follows. 1, roads were used to divide the forest into smaller areas. 2, in those areas, any improvements that appear substantially noticeable were then removed from the map. 3, areas that were smaller than 5,000 acres were removed unless those areas were adjacent to existing wilderness areas or could be managed as recommended wilderness areas. With this final criteria, the Forest Service created the draft inventory map, which is posted on the Tonto Plan Revision website. This map shows the areas that will be evaluated for their wilderness characteristics in step 2 of the wilderness recommendation process. The inventory is meant to be broad and inclusive, which is why a lot of the forest is included in the inventory map. Keep in mind that inclusion of an area in the inventory step does not mean that area will be proposed or managed as a wilderness. These areas are ones that the Forest Service is going to further examine for their level of wilderness character. The Tonto National Forest is now accepting comments on our draft inventory map. By using the Forest Service online story map, interested parties can provide information on areas that should be removed from the inventory or areas that should be added back into the inventory based on substantially noticeable improvements or the other inventory criteria. After receiving feedback from the public on the draft inventory map, the Forest Service will finalize this map and begin the evaluation step. A video outlining the evaluation step is available online on the Plan Revision website. So thank you for taking time to learn more about the wilderness recommendation process. For more information, including the story map to provide comments on our draft inventory map, check out the Tonto Plan Revision website at www.tontoplan.org.